Welcome to our channel, into the unsettling, the unexplainable, the deeply disturbing corners of our world. Tonight we journey into the heart of innocence corrupted, into places where laughter once echoed but now only silence remains, punctuated by the soft creak of rusty swings. Playgrounds meant to be havens of joy, transformed into hunting grounds for entities we can barely comprehend. We have 3 terrifying tales from haunted playgrounds, stories whispered in hushed tones by those who dare to remember. So lock your doors, turn off the lights, and huddle close to the screen as we explore the chilling truth behind these haunted playgrounds. Our first tale takes us to the forgotten town of Ashwood, a once vibrant community now shrouded in an almost palpable silence. The heart of Ashwood, its playground, stands desolate, a rusted monument to happier times. Locals whisper of a tragedy, an unspeakable act that stained the swings with a sorrow that refuses to fade. It began subtly, the townspeople say, with the gentle swaying of the swings in the dead of night. No wind, no earthly explanation, just the rhythmic squeak of metal against aging chains, a lonely symphony played out under the cold gaze of the moon. Then came the whispers, carried on the wind, barely audible at first, like children calling to each other in a language lost to time. Those who dared to venture closer, drawn by a morbid curiosity, swore they felt a cold hand brush their cheek, a fleeting touch that left them breathless and shaken. Parents would pull their children away from the playground, a sense of unease settling over them like a shroud. One particular incident cemented the playground's grim reputation. A group of teenagers, emboldened by youthful bravado and skeptical of the town's folklore, decided to spend the night at the playground, daring the spirits, if there were any, to reveal themselves. They set up camp near the swings, their laughter echoing in the stillness of the night, a jarring counterpoint to the unsettling silence that usually blanketed the area. As the night wore on and the moon climbed higher, the laughter died down, replaced by nervous whispers and uneasy glances towards the shadowy figures cast by the swings. It began with a soft creak, so faint that some dismissed it as the wind. Then the creaking grew louder, more insistent, accompanied by the unmistakable sound of chains rattling. The swings began to move, slowly at first, then with increasing speed, their arcs growing wider and wider as if propelled by an unseen force. Terror gripped the teenagers. They huddled together, their eyes wide with fear as the swings reached an impossible height, their chains groaning under the strain. The whispering on the wind intensified, morphing into blood-curdling screams that seemed to tear through the very fabric of the night. One by one, the teenagers fled, their fear overriding their bravado. They didn't stop running until they reached the safety of their homes, the screams of the playground echoing in their ears. The next morning they returned, drawn back to the site of their terror, a mix of fear and morbid curiosity compelling them. The playground was deserted, the swings hanging motionless in the morning breeze, but etched into the dusty surface of the metal slide, they found a chilling message scrawled as if by a child's hand. "We just want to play." Our next tale takes us to Sunnyside Park, a place where the name itself feels like a cruel joke. The park, once a vibrant testament to childhood joy, now stands shrouded in an unsettling silence, its centerpiece a towering metal slide casting a long, ominous shadow across the cracked asphalt. It is this slide, locals will tell you, that holds the park captive to a darkness it cannot escape. The stories always start the same way, with a child, full of laughter and boundless energy, eager to conquer the towering heights of the slide. They climb the steps, their tiny hands gripping the rusty railing, their eyes bright with anticipation. They reach the top, hesitate for just a moment, and then they're gone, vanished, swallowed whole by the slide, leaving behind only bewildered whispers and the chilling echo of their laughter. The first few disappearances were dismissed as tragic accidents, the stuff of nightmares every parent dreads. But as the disappearances continued, a pattern emerged, a terrifying consistency that defied rational explanation. Each disappearance occurred on the same day of the week at the same time, always involving a child around the age of 5. The authorities were baffled. They investigated, searched, tore apart the slide piece by piece, but found nothing. The slide, it seemed, held its secrets close, guarded by an unseen force. Then, just as suddenly as they vanished, the children would reappear. They would be found wandering aimlessly near the park's perimeter, dazed, confused, their clothes slightly damp as if caught in a sudden downpour. But when questioned, their eyes would glaze over, their words nonsensical, their memories wiped clean of the hours, sometimes days they were missing. One particular incident cemented the slide's sinister reputation. A young boy named Billy, known for his infectious laughter and adventurous spirit, became the slide's latest victim. His disappearance sent shockwaves through the community, shattering the fragile sense of normalcy that had begun to settle over Sunnyside Park. Days turned into weeks and hope dwindled with each passing hour. Then one evening, as the sun began its final descent, casting long, eerie shadows across the park, Billy reappeared. He was found sitting at the base of the slide, his face streaked with tears, his eyes wide with a terror that chilled the very marrow of those who found him. Our final tale takes us to Whispering Pines Park, a place where the air itself feels heavy with sorrow, and the laughter of children has long since faded, replaced by an unsettling silence. At the heart of this desolate playground stands a merry-go-round, its once vibrant colors now faded and peeling, its cheerful music replaced by the mournful creak of rusted bearings. It is said that the merry-go-round is cursed, bound to an ancient evil that feeds on the innocence of children. The story goes that a group of children playing on the merry-go-round one sunny afternoon vanished without a trace, their laughter swallowed by the wind, leaving behind only an eerie silence and a profound sense of loss. Days turned into weeks and the children were never seen again. Their disappearance cast a pall over Whispering Pines Park, transforming it from a place of joy into a desolate reminder of a tragedy that time could not heal. Then the whispers began. Locals would speak of seeing the merry-go-round spinning on its own, its ghostly melody carried on the wind, a haunting lullaby that sent chills down their spines. Some even claimed to see shadowy figures riding the carousel, their laughter echoing through the night, a chilling counterpoint to the mournful creak of the ancient ride. One day, a young girl named Lily wandered into Whispering Pines Park. Drawn to the melancholy beauty of the merry-go-round, she stepped onto the platform, her tiny hand reaching out to touch the faded paint of a wooden horse frozen mid-gallop. As her fingers brushed against the cold, rough surface, the merry-go-round sprang to life. The horses began to move, their once gentle rocking transforming into a frenzied gallop. The carousel spinning faster and faster, its mournful creak rising to a deafening roar. Lily, paralyzed by fear, clung to the pole, her screams swallowed by the wind as the world around her blurred into a dizzying kaleidoscope of color and sound. Time seemed to stand still, and yet it felt like an eternity had passed before the merry-go-round finally screeched to a halt. Lily, dazed and disoriented, stumbled off the platform, her eyes wide with an unseeing terror, her laughter silenced forever. From that day forward, Lily was never the same. The rusted swings creak, the slides stand silent, and the merry-go-round remains frozen, each haunted playground a stark reminder that darkness can seep into even the most innocent of places. These stories, whispered through generations, serve as chilling warnings, urging us to remember that some places hold on to their sorrow, their fear, their tragedies, long after the laughter has faded. Thank you for joining us on this unsettling journey into the heart of haunted playgrounds. We've explored the chilling tales of the ghostly swings, the haunted slide, and the cursed merry-go-round. Each story a chilling testament to the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of the ordinary. If you found yourself holding your breath, peering over your shoulder, or feeling a chill crawl up your spine, then consider subscribing for more explorations into the unknown. Until next time, remember, sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we can't see, lurking in the shadows, waiting for their next chance to play.